keep in touch. That was what he said to me. 3 simple words. Keep in touch. I knew straight away. I just felt it, you know, like a connection between us. I could tell that he liked me as he showed me around the flat. I'd just been kicked out of my last place and was looking for somewhere sharpish. Most estate agents, when they're showing you around a place as cheap as that was, they look like they can't be asked. Like, it won't make a difference to their commission either way. But he was different. He was warm. He smiled at me. And I smiled back. He touched my arm at one point as he was showing me through a door. I apologised, but I knew he meant to do it really. Keep in touch. Well, after that, I had to give him a ring, didn't I? I called his office a couple of times the next day and sent him an email just to make sure. He replied, ever so professional. Was I interested in taking the flat on? Could I provide references? You know, all of it just so that he could talk to me. It was sweet, really. So I said I'd take on the flat and get him the references. He was all over me after that, getting contracts sorted and the like. Signed them, sent them back, and decided maybe it was time to ask him for a drink. I'm a modern woman. Why should I wait for someone to ask me out? He didn't reply straight away, even though I knew he'd read it. I put a read receipt on it, obviously. Then he came back and said that we needed to keep our relationship strictly professional. But I knew that wasn't what he really wanted. I could tell just by the way he wrote to me, you know. Luckily, he'd also given me his mobile number. So I messaged him on WhatsApp. Said I was happy to keep it professional by email, but how about the drink? He read it but didn't reply. So I had a look on his location services. And would you believe it, he was in a pub just down the road from me. So I thought, why not? Let's go and say hello. He was with a couple of mates when I got in the pub and it was all, oh, fancy seeing you here, and he brought me a drink and we chatted away. We were chatting after his mates had left. On and on we went. Eventually he had to go, needed to get home apparently. So I said, this was nice. Let's do it again. He seemed keen. Sent him a few more messages after that, but he didn't reply to me, so I started bumping into him more often. It was pretty easy. I mean, he didn't change his routine up much. Work, gym, pub, home. I knew he was into me. There were some nights he knew I was behind him. He kept checking me out over his shoulder, looking me up and down. He was playing hard to get, but I reckon he loved it. Then I found out about her. Can you believe it? All this time he's been leading me on, and he's flipping cheating on me. I saw him in a pub with another woman, some skinny blonde cow. I went up to them and I threw my drink in her face. Said, how dare she go out with my man? He was angry with me, obviously, but I can't remember what he said. I knew it wouldn't last between them anyway. I knew he'd come back to me. I went home with him again, still keeping a bit behind him because he seemed pretty pissed at me. He even let me into the house this time. Poured me a drink and everything. Told me this couldn't carry on. I think he was planning on chucking the blonde one. Anyway, we must have had a bit to drink because after that I just completely blacked out. Can't remember a thing. Anyway, I guess that's why I'm here, talking to you. Where is he? Is he okay?